everyone, Allie Williams from Bay Area HQ here with Poppy Montgomery, the star of A&E's Unforgettable. Hi Poppy, thank you for joining us, and the Poppy is a symbol of remembrance, so how cool is it that you're coming into your 4th season in a show called Unforgettable?
I know, a 4th season that has been hard-won because we've been canceled twice and changed networks, and we're still here. We're uncancelable. It's phenomenal, and we're so excited to be on A&E this season. It's new for us. We've never been on cable before, so it's giving new life to the show. We're a little edgier, and we got a whole new cast. It's gonna be a great season.
And speaking of new cast, Lala Anthony joins the show as a medical examiner. But is it true the two of you are putting together a topless men of Instagram calendar?
Oh my, we totally did. We have the best looking crew in the world. Like the behind the cameras guys they all look like Abercrombie and Fitch models. So Lala and I decided that it was very important to do the Hot Men of Unforgettable calendar. And we were all filming on a beach one day, and we got all of them to take off their shirts and pose with like cameras and C-stands. It was pretty fun. Lala's just such a breath of fresh air and so much fun to work with. We have a lot of fun. We also make dub smash videos for Instagram in our spare time. And we also went and got tattoos together after work. We're like 12-year-olds.
Well, it's great. I love how close you guys are already. Well, speaking of topless men, let's just stay on the subject while we're at it. So we heard that you were on location at a shoot at an amusement park, and you were surprised by a male stripper. What happened there?
Well, one of our producers was leaving to go on to another show. And she's also my best friend. So I decided to publicly humiliate her by bringing a male stripper to set and having him dance for her in front of the whole crew. I didn't want her to leave. So I was like, you know what? If you're going to leave, I'm going to have to get you a male stripper. And it was fantastic. He had no shame. He put all of his business up in her face. It was quite the day on set. That was the same day we were filming the Hot Men of Unforgettable calendar.
I like your guys' priorities.
I know. And we'd be like filming, cut, and then we'd run and do our other thing. Come on, everybody, take your shirts off. Let's take a group picture.
That is multitasking at its finest. All right, well, speaking of Unforgettable, your Maxim magazine photo shoot is still just as popular as ever. For our viewers who may be hoping for an encore, when will we see you in your next pictorial?
Oh, God. You know what? I just had a baby. That might be a minute. I would consider it again. My son is 7 now, and I don't, when he searches those pictures on the internet, he goes, ew, gross. That's what he thinks of my Maxim shoots. He's like, why don't you put some clothes on? He's getting to that age where he can actually like look on his phone and find those pictures. And when I was, before I had kids and did all those photo shoots, I never pictured the day when my own son would be like, dude, put your clothes back on. Like, what is this?
Man, the technology, man, it just gets
I
here
know.
every time.
It wasn't quite the same a few years ago.
All right, well, this might not be as much of a son question as well, but we heard that you had a latex Batgirl costume. Have you had a chance to wear it?
Son picked that latex Batgirl costume for me when he was... Yeah, he actually chose that. He liked to dress up as Batman, and I said, I'll get a costume. And somehow, there's an adult section in the costume shop in New York, and he's like, I like that one. It was on a mannequin, and it's literally like latex Batgirl thigh-high boots. And I was like, okay, sure, why not? And I never really wore it past the first kind of time. To him, it just looked like Batgirl. To me, I knew better. He was still little enough not to understand that it sort of had a stripper vibe going on.
All right, so like a one-time only kind of a thing, but
a
some
family bonding moment. Exactly
time.
right.
Yeah.
He was little Batman, and I was stripper Batgirl.
All right. Well, speaking of family, Thanksgiving is coming up, and Unforgettable premieres the day after Thanksgiving. So, what are your guilty pleasures for the holiday, and what do you have
You
planned?
know, first of all, I can't cook at all. So I've enlisted everybody that's close to me to come and try and cook. So that there's a lot of people coming over to cook. And then, we have 5 kids, my husband and I, between us. So it's going to be, my mom's here from Australia. My sister has her kids. It's going to be just kids and a bounce house. We bought a bounce house. It's the safest place to put that many children. That way I'm like, I know that all the walls are soft and bouncy. Go for it. I close the bounce house up and let them do their
Oh
thing.
man, you guys do it up big for Thanksgiving with a bounce house?
Well, it's so warm in LA. It's like 75, 80 degrees. It doesn't, there's no weather right now. It feels like summer. I mean, it's not fall or winter at all here, which is beautiful, which is a blessing. So you put up the bounce house, put out the trampoline, and it's like a summer Thanksgiving.
What do you love most about our city by the bay?
Oh, God. First of all, San Francisco reminds me of where I'm from, which is Sydney. It's got that same beautiful harbor, and even the bridges are, it's one of my favorite cities on the planet. And the Chinese food is out of control, like the best I've ever had. And I love Chinese. I love everything about San Francisco. I stay there as often as possible. I love the Ritz-Carlton there. It's a really nice hotel. It's great. The food is great. The views are great. It's just it's reminiscent of where I was born and raised, Sydney.
Well, you'll have to come up for some Chinese food up in the Bay Area soon, but it was great chatting with you, Poppy. Thank you so much for joining us, and we're looking forward to a new season of Unforgettable with a new episode premiering this Friday on A&E.
Thank you so much. Thank you.